Welcome to House Rules, Real Estate in Sin City. I'm Geoff Zahler with Zahler Properties. Thanks for tuning in to this market update episode. For the month of October, we're going to talk about single-family residences only. So this just takes into consideration houses, doesn't take into consideration condos or townhomes, but we're also going to take new homes and resales. So that's where the numbers are going to come from for this update. Our median sales price for October is up to $297,800. That's actually slightly down since last month. Last month was at $300 exactly. But year over year, so from October of 2018 to October of 2017, that number has actually gone up 12.4%. Again, this is the median sales price, not the average. Speaking of the average sales price for single-family residences for October was $354,000. That's up 12.7%. So generally speaking, if anybody asks you about how the real estate market is in the Las Vegas area, we're up about 12.5% in the last year, both on the median and on the average pricing. That's a pretty big increase, but we're going to start seeing a little bit of softening here going into 2019. But I am going to say that we're going to still see positive signs and positive growth in the market. When it comes to inventory, meaning the number of houses on the market, at the end of October, so yesterday, October 31st, there were 7,402 homes on the market. That's a 7.8% increase from the same time last year. So we're seeing more homes available for sale than we did the year before, which is actually a reversal of what we've been seeing the last few years here. There's roughly 2.7 months of inventory. Now, if you've watched any of these reviews that I've done and market updates I've done, when I talk about months of inventory, what that really means is if we stop putting new homes on the market today, how long it would take to sell all the homes. So in this case, it would take 2.7 months or just under 3 months to sell every single one of those 7,402 homes on the market. That's actually up 12.5%. So when you hear it going up, that means it's actually taking longer or there's more inventory, as we know. So last year there was a 12.5% less inventory on the market. So it was right around 2.2-ish or so months. So we're seeing an increase is what we're definitely seeing. We're also seeing an increase on the median days on market. Again, remember this is not average, median is right in the middle. So our median days on the market through October is 19 days. That's actually up 11.8% from the year ago. If you look at the average is 32 days. So median's about 3 weeks, and the average time for a home on the market is about a month, 32 days. That 32-day number is actually less than it was in October of last year. So there's some signs that things that are selling overall, if you take the average, that takes everything into consideration, it's selling in a quicker amount of time. And if you take the median, which is that slice right in the middle, it's slightly a little bit higher. When it comes to pending homes, so these are homes that are in contract but have not quite sold yet. There is an accepted offer on the property. We're at 2,555 homes. That's about a 4.5% decrease, from the prior year. So we're seeing less homes go into contract, but 4.5% is a pretty small and insignificant number. However, on the actual number of closed homes, so this is the number of homes that have closed in October of 2018, that was 2,498 homes. So pending and closed were very similar, but that 2,498, 2,500 homes is actually 15% less, 14.1 to be exact, than it was in October of 2017. So if you think of it, our pricing is going up higher, which we know. Inventory is increasing, so you've heard me talk about supply and demand. If our supply is increasing, that obviously means there are more homes to go around. It's going to take longer to sell, as we can see with the median days on the market and the increased number of level of inventory, 2.7 months. And we're actually seeing a decrease in homes going into contract and homes closing sale. What I don't have stats on, but I look on a weekly basis, is also the number of homes that have had price decreases. In the last 3 months, we're actually seeing that number tick up. So what that means, sellers are either getting more realistic with their pricing and having to drop their pricing, or buyers are just getting priced out of the market, so the sellers are going to have to start dropping that price a little bit to see buyers then put offers on the home. one way or the other, what we're seeing is not a softening, not a declining market, but definitely a plateauing. You've heard me talk about this before. We're in this new normal, people. These 12%, 15% annualized gains, we're probably not going to see again in the next couple of years. What I'm kind of thinking is we're going to probably start seeing 3 to 5% for 2019, give or take. You've heard me talk about recessions before. I'm not going to go into that. That's simply a market update here. The last number I have for you is our total dollar volume. This is all the single family homes that were sold in October of this year. That number was $886 million when it comes to sales price. That's actually down 3.1% from October of 2017. So again, 3%, pretty small number. I'd call it pretty close to being flat, but we're not having these big jumps like we were. So that's it for this month. Tune in next month for another market update, and make sure you watch every single week for a new episode of House Rules, Real Estate in Sin City. Until then, Geoff Zahler, Zahler Properties. Thanks for watching.